A thousands of years old snake hidden near the Kaaba suddenly emerged, causing people to flee in panic. Astaghfirullah. Respected viewers and listeners of Mystical Islam, Assalamu alaikum. Dear friends, an ancient snake suddenly appeared in Mecca, and people fainted upon seeing it. It was so long that if it raised its hood, it would have been twice as tall as a human. The onlookers were stunned. Surprisingly, the snake didn't harm anyone, but what it seemed to testify left a few people's faces visibly tense. We will share and show this entire true incident in today's video, but you have to stay with us until the end. Before proceeding, please make sure you have subscribed to our channel, Mystical Islam. If not, do so now by clicking the bell icon to receive timely notifications for our upcoming videos. Dear friends, when this incident occurred in Mecca, many visitors were present there to visit the Kaaba. Outside the boundaries of the Kaaba, there was an old building that had become quite dilapidated. Last month's rains had affected it significantly, and last night it was demolished for reconstruction. When the rubble was cleared, the workers saw something strange. They felt as if the ground beneath them shook. They were in the basement of the demolished building, which was to be rebuilt and strengthened from scratch. As they dug the ground, they felt as if an earthquake had hit. Two workers witnessed that as soon as they struck the ground hard with a tool, it began to shake. They felt something moving under their feet. In shock, they looked around and asked the other workers if they felt the earthquake, but they shook their heads because, friends, it wasn't an earthquake. The ground had just moved where they stood. They ignored it and continued digging. As they dug a bit more, they were amazed to find something in the ground. The eyes of both workers sparkled, thinking it might be a treasure. They began digging with their hands, and as soon as they moved some dirt, they forgot to even blink because they saw a heavy object wrapped in cloth. Just as they reached for the cloth, the ground shook again and a black snake began to emerge. Seeing this, they screamed and quickly scrambled up the stairs to escape. The snake raised its hood near the pit, emitting a terrifying sound audible from far away. People watched, shivering, not understanding how it appeared there. The two workers fainted from fear, feeling as if they had narrowly escaped death by a miracle. No one knew what was in that bundle that the snake was guarding. The most astonishing thing was that no one had ever seen such a snake here before. This snake had been in the layers of the earth, only to emerge suddenly. Security personnel and snake experts quickly arrived, but no one knew how to remove the snake from there. Such a large snake had never been seen in Saudi Arabia before, and no one knew its species. The snake hissed at everyone, watching from the pit, but eventually sat still. It was clear that the snake had no intention of harming anyone. The team descended into the basement to investigate. They concluded that there was indeed a bundle in the pit, which the snake seemed to be guarding. Everyone knew that trained snakes protect treasures and wouldn't let strangers approach unless they recognized their true owner. Then, an Iranian man appeared, and seeing the crowd, asked what had happened. When people told him about the snake, he exclaimed, "This treasure is mine, the treasure my grandfather told me about. I apologize for the trouble I caused you." Those who had been terrified for hours were shocked to hear this. "How can this treasure belong to you?" they asked. "What proof do you have that it's yours when it was found on our land?" The man replied, "My grandfather used to live here and hid this wealth due to family disputes. Before he passed away, he told my father, and my father passed the information to me. That's why I came here to find it." No one was willing to believe him. Reluctantly, he said, "Go and get the treasure from the pit if you can." This made everyone silent, as no one had the courage to approach the snake. The man, taking Allah's name, jumped into the pit. The snake raised its hood, looking at him. The man gazed back into the snake's eyes, and it seemed as though the snake recognized him, seeing his grandfather's image in him. The snake moved aside respectfully, as if acknowledging its true owner. Carefully, he reached into the pit and took out the treasure wrapped in a cloth. Opening the bundle, he found his grandfather's signs, proof of ownership in case anyone or the government questioned it. The snake quietly remained there, then returned into the pit. Once again, there was a slight tremor. The man climbed out happily, informing the people that the treasure was indeed his, and that the snake was his grandfather's guardian. When he left the country, his grandfather had placed the snake as a protector, and by God's grace, no one could violate his trust. With the treasure in hand, the man departed, though the workers were so shaken by the experience that they remained feverish for days. Dear friends, if someone entrusts something to Allah, He truly protects it, just as Allah had assigned this snake as the guardian of this trust. May Allah grant us the ability to be truthful and trustworthy, following the example of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Write Ameen in the comments and feel free to share your thoughts. If you liked the video, remember to like and share it with friends. And before you go, ensure you've subscribed to our channel, Mystical Islam. If not, do so now and click the bell icon to receive timely notifications for our future videos. Take care of yourself and of those who have no one to care for them. We'll meet again in the next video. Allah Hafiz.